So you're thinking about making a move to San Diego, and specifically, you want to be south of the 56. Maybe it's because of where family is or where work is, but in any way, we are going to explore 4 different neighborhoods that I really like south of the 56, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between, including the lifestyle, real estate prices, and if that's what you're looking for, stick with us because we're going to get after it right now. All right, we're kicking this thing off in Bay Park. Bay Park is a really booming neighborhood. Some of it has awesome views. It's located just north of the 8, south of Bay Ho, which is both of them, by the way, neighborhoods within Claremont, and east of the 5. So if you're just at kind of where the 8 and the 5 intersect, east of the 5, north of the 8, and to the east of it, you have Linda Vista, where USD, University of San Diego, is located, so easy access there as well. So what I could say about the location is, first of all, to the airport, you are in extremely close proximity, probably around, less than 15 minutes or so, and you're at the airport, and maybe 12 minutes tops to get to the beach, and that's only because you have to navigate some surface streets, but it is right there. It kind of spills onto the bay, and by the bay I mean Mission Bay, which is surrounded by Pacific Beach, and then Mission Beach on the west side of the bay. So has a really great location from that point of view, and also from a freeway access point of view. You'll see that because it's located right on that 8 and 5 intersection, it has awesome access whether you want to get east, west, or north and south within San Diego County. So I think if we're going to rank Bay Park from a location standpoint, it's kind of a 5-star because you also have such quick access to all the restaurants, all the fun, the activities in downtown San Diego, but then also some of those more metropolitan suburbs such as Mission Hills, Hillcrest, North Park, and so on. So really nice location for Bay Park. Now, the thing about Bay Park that a lot of people really love is, of course, you have the views, but you also have single family homes with those views. And relatively speaking, given the proximity you have to Pacific Beach and even to La Jolla, the pricing is pretty darn good for where you're located, for having all of those amenities so close by. In fact, the median price is right under $1.1 million, about $1,078,000, which, yeah, it's a big number, but for San Diego County, that's only a little bit above the median for the entire county, and you're right smack dab in the middle of all the action activities. And it has this kind of really good energy between being beachy but suburban and yet so close to the city. So can't say enough good things about that. Now, I want to show you a home that is in Bay Park so we can take a closer look. You can see that this home at 3436 Baker Street is beautiful, fully renovated, and at this price point, just above $1.6 million, which it recently closed at, you're getting gigantic views, and you're getting basically a brand new home. Now, of course, the foundation, the bones of it, a little bit older, but fully recently renovated. And so I just think it's pretty impressive that for having views that for a similar view just a few miles away in Pacific Beach, or definitely in La Jolla, on that south side of La Jolla, people are paying many millions of dollars. And here you're in at 1.6, just above that. And you have this, again, really wonderful location. So you could see all the modern finish that's in the home, large size. And so I think if you're looking for value, and if you're looking for value combined with location in an area that specifically people are still investing a lot into, you'll just like this home was renovated. So many homes in Bay Park are being renovated. So there is definite trajectory there that could suggest upside for the future. I say could suggest because no one ultimately knows. But what we do know is that history would say, if it were to repeat itself, that that's most likely going to be true. And also another few quick, just fun things to do within really close proximity is you have SeaWorld, you have Belmont Park, you have fire pits right on the bay, and you have these cute little restaurants that you just are kind of neighborhood restaurants with a really good kind of semi-urban, but still you're definitely in the suburbs feel. And I think you're going to enjoy it a lot. So if you go, by the way, drop in the comments, let me know what you think. And it's a good time for me to remind you also that I'm Dan Beer Home Team, XP Realty. We're helping people just like you every single day. You'll look in the comments, we have it pinned. If you want to send us a text message, email, phone call, anything, we'll set up a Zoom even, and we can help you, guide you in your home search. And by the way, that stands whether you're making the move in 9 days, 9 months, 9 years. We don't care. We just want to make the whole thing easy for you. And I'll just end with saying, make sure you tap that bell for notifications and subscribe to the channel so you're the first to know of any changing market conditions in San Diego. But let's keep this thing going as we go on to the next neighborhood. So there's a look at Bay Park and a property in Bay Park. What we're gonna do now is jump out east. We're gonna, of course, stay south of the 56, and we are gonna go to Granite Hills, one of the most unknown neighborhoods, I think, even to San Diegans. That is a really beautiful quality neighborhood in what we call East County, and qualifies for this video, of course, because it is south of that 56 freeway. Granite Hills, officially located within El Cajon, and let's go take a look. So Granite Hills is a little known neighborhood to anybody that doesn't live within close proximity of it, but that is not because of any lack of beauty, nature, trails, space. I mean, it is really one of the quality neighborhoods, and close to golf courses, and you name it, it's got it. But interestingly enough, if you live in San Diego County and you're in Carlsbad or Carmel Valley or Chula Vista, Oceans, I mean, so many do not know a thing about Granite Hills, and that's one of the things I love about it. A, keeps values at a reasonable level, and B, you can find some real gems when you're looking in this neighborhood. So in terms of location, just general location would be that it is on the east side of El Cajon. And El Cajon has some areas that are very dense, a lot of dense living in El Cajon. And so I think that's what most people picture. But it's actually a much larger area, much larger city within our county than most people realize. And so on the east side of it, you have two neighborhoods specifically, one of them being Bostonia, that maybe we'll feature on a future video, but also Granite Hills. And it is anchored, of course, by Granite Hills High School. And it's adjacent to just all these wonderful outdoor activities that you're going to be have access to there. And also what a lot of San Diegans don't realize is how many golf courses are near Granite Hills. So definitely want to encourage you to go take a look. One of my favorite things about it, you're talking about median price for a home, $930,000, which puts it right about the county median, but way better than average, if you ask me. So I think you have some value to be found in this neighborhood. And it's definitely benefited in the new world of people just wanting more space, a little bit less density. So I think it really hits on all those levels. In terms of proximity to the airport, it is about 30 minutes to the airport. And if you are looking to go to the beach, you're also going to be right about 30 minutes, maybe 28 as of the time we measured. So it is a little bit further removed and part, again, of what we call East County. You do have really nice proximity to the 8 or I-8. We call it in San Diego the 8. Which gives you access to, of course, zip over west and go do anything you need to go do in town. But also you could zip over east and get to even more beautiful, beautiful mountains. I mean, places I love going hiking are really not far at all from Granite Hills. So, you know me, I'm a big hiker. It's just really beautiful scenery. So if you're looking for that, I think Granite Hills could be a fit. Let me take you into a property now. I'm going to take you to 627 Verdon Street. And when we visit 627 Verdon Street, you'll get a sense for what it would be like if you lived in Granite Hills. Now, the first thing that I want to point out about this home on Verdon Street is that it is a 6,600 square foot lot. One of the nice things about Granite Hills is that the lots tend to be on the larger side. And this is not really a large lot for Granite Hills at all. It's kind of a normal lot. It was originally built in 1959, but it has gone through a lot of renovation. And in fact, you'll see that this home that was recently sold, by the way, at $871,000 for a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, single-family home, also has a beautiful pool. And that is something that you're going to find a lot of in Granite Hills. The temperature is going to be a little bit higher than some other areas of San Diego County. And so with that, by the way, that's in the summer. I should slow down and say that. It's going to be higher in the summer, but it is going to be colder in the winter. So just be aware of that. But because of that summer heat, you'll see a lot of pools, and this home has it included. And that is despite the fact that you are at $871,000 for a single family home. Now, if you're moving here from somewhere else, right, moving to San Diego County, and just to illustrate how our prices move here, and why people love owning San Diego County real estate, Southern California real estate, but certainly in San Diego County. This home was sold in 2018 in the 400,000s, 489,000. Now just resold for 871. So it's an interesting market in San Diego because it's not the type of market as an investor where you get a ton of yield in terms of cash flow, but you more than make it up. Typically, at least in history, can't promise what happens in the future. But history here has made it such that we more than make up the few percentage points we give up to other cities in terms of cash flows. We more than make up in terms of appreciation. So that's a look at Granite Hills. We're going to jump over to the next neighborhood. All right, we're jumping over to Mount Helix, the most desired neighborhood within the city of La Mesa here in San Diego County, located just east of the 125, south of the 8, north of the 94. And Mount Helix is known for its views. It is known for just having these wonderful panoramic views. And they look in all directions, so it depends on what side of Mount Helix you're on. Just like the names would suggest, it is kind of perched up on this mountain. Don't picture a big gigantic mountain, it's not Mount Everest, but it does give you enough elevation that you have really, really far-reaching pretty views of the mountains, the valleys. Definitely something to see and gives you a feel that is different than a lot of San Diego. It's quite green. It's a nice place. I would definitely suggest that you go. And because some of the property tends to be not brand new, and the thing to know about brand new is it's nice, it's shiny, but brand new also tends to suggest much tighter lot lines, because developers nowadays in the San Diego County that's basically run out of space, they're just packing in as much as they possibly can when they do find land. But when they developed Mount Helix, they didn't have that concern. So you have a lot more breathing room, and you'll find some homes that are really, really beautiful. It's a neighborhood that even if you don't make yours, if you're considering at all living in this general geography, then do not go and pick a home without at least visiting Mount Helix. And something really cool, by the way, if you're a pickleball fan, they have something there called the Hub. It's a pickleball club, and they have all kinds of tournaments and ladders and I don't know, all this pickleball jargon. By the way, I love pickleball too. I just don't know the jargon, but I do know it's fun as could be to play, and it is active. I mean, if you go down to the Hub, you're going to see activity. People, you're going to meet your neighbors. It is something that everyone that lives within that proximity there definitely enjoys. So make sure you do that. Real estate wise, median price just over $1 million or so, and I'm going to show you a home right now at 110 Resmar Place, and I want you to see exactly what it would feel like, look like, if you were to make Mount Helix your home. All right, so this home, as of the time of the taping, is still available. It's on the market, and what I love about it, number one, is it's a good example of a single level ranch style home that exists in Mount Helix. And I just highlight that because there's so many areas of San Diego County that do not have single family homes, that do not have single level homes, or that just have so few of them. But in Mount Helix, you can find them. Here's a really good example right out of the gate. You'll see here in the photos, it has a remodeled kitchen, a really nice entryway, kind of with a bit of a courtyard feel to it. And what you're getting here is 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and 2,445 square feet at $1.2 million. So to be in a neighborhood like this, what I like about it, the way I'd be thinking about it if I was the buyer for it, is there are not a lot of single level homes in San Diego County. You have a remodeled kitchen, and while this particular home does not have a big view, you're surrounded by enough homes that do, that you have homes that have that capacity around you for increased appreciation because of those views that people will pay for. And as all that happens, your home has the opportunity to float up alongside them. This home built in the 1960s, by the way, and if you are ever curious what it ended up selling for, well, just go ahead and let us know in the comments. We'll let you know for sure. I want to remind you, by the way, that if you hit the first pinned comment, you could see all kinds of ways to easily get a hold of us and me, and we will be happy to answer any questions. And of course, I personally answer every question in the comments. So with that, gives you a really good look at La Mesa's Mount Helix neighborhood. And we're going to finish this off with probably one of the coolest neighborhoods in any part of San Diego County, let alone just south of the 56, and that would be South Park. All right, well, welcome to South Park. And the reason you see the big old smile on my face is this is truly one of the gems of San Diego County. It's, I was just having a conversation with Lauren, who's right behind the camera right now, and it is often forgotten, almost overlooked, because North Park is also, by the way, just a spectacular neighborhood, but North Park's so big and has so much, and it kind of just dominates the headlines or the conversations. But the reality is, the conversation her and I were having is good South Park, like the just cute, good South Park that has the quality of the streets, the feel, the little restaurants, the eclectic little shops, the coffee, I mean, you name it. Some of my favorite restaurants anywhere in San Diego County, like Buena Porchetta, the very original one in San Diego County, it's there in South Park. You have wonderful proximity over to Balboa Park, which is why it's called South Park. You have good access to get out, hit the freeways, get downtown. You cannot overlook just how, I don't know if the word's quaint or charming, but you go to South Park, you get to know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, it's not a huge area. That's why North Park gets more play, more buzz. But I'm excited to show you this home on 1727 Fern Street so you could get a feel for what it's like. But also just do me a favor and then drop it in the comments once you do, because I want to hear it from you. Go and take a walk. Go to the coffee shops. Go to the restaurants. Go to Kindred and get, their look, I'm the last guy that's ever going to go tell you to get like vegan food and things like that. It's freaking delicious, okay? Like, it is so good. And make sure you go to Buena Porchetta, one of the truly great restaurants and Italian restaurants in San Diego County. The only thing I don't like about Buena Porchetta is that it was so darn good, their South Park location, that they've now opened others, and almost turning into kind of a chain because of how successful that Buena Porchetta was in South Park. But it's still, if you go there and ignore what I just told you and pretend you didn't know about the other locations, has still that absolute neighborhood feel to it. So, by the way, proximity, let's just get this out of the way real quickly. It is 12 minutes to the airport, 15 minutes to the beach, and also if you're trying to get downtown or just any of that, you're talking within 10 minutes you have more restaurants than you'll be able to eat at your whole life between downtown and North Park, which is just right next to it. So let's jump over to this home on Fern Street and take a look. Now take a look at this 2-bedroom, 1-bath beauty. Now, yeah, okay, I get it. It's 733 square feet, not very big, but look at these photos. Okay, look at the way that it's finished. By the way, on asking 900, just above 900,000, 919,000. But look at the wood roof finish, the kitchen, the remodel. I mean, this place looks so sharp. All the beautiful flooring that you have everywhere, and you can just see, like, if you think the photos you just looked at or that you're seeing there are freaking adorable, okay, like the quaint, just really well restored nature of them, then you are going to love South Park, because it is that and more of that and more of that. So make sure that you explore South Park, but don't forget there's also Mount Helix, there is Granite Hills, and of course Bay Park. That these are just 4 of the neighborhoods south of the 56. We could give you a whole slew of others, because there's really a neighborhood for you regardless of what lifestyle you're looking for, what you like to do, how much space you need, don't need, etc. And we're here to make that whole process easy for you. So if we can do that, make sure you hit the subscribe button, tap that bell for notifications. You'll be the first to know of any changing conditions. And I'm Dan Beer, looking forward to helping you make a smooth move to San Diego.